all these wines are living liquids. It is alive inside a bottle. These are not dead. What it means is, if you open a bottle, you will have to consume it.
That is what my next question. How long I can keep? People may not finish the same day.
It depends on the storage method. There is again no clear defined period, you can keep it for 4 days or 5 days. It depends on wine to wine.
Right.
There is no clear definition. ఇది చేస్తే ఇన్ని రోజులే ఉంటుంది.
Depend on the season, climate condition,
exactly.
or while making.
Yeah.
కుకింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ అది ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ కూడా సేమ్ ఉంటుందా?
ఇక్కడ కూడా సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ జస్ట్ లైక్ ఎనీ అదర్ యువర్ కుక్డ్ ఫుడ్, హౌ యూ ప్రిజర్వ్ ఇట్, సేమ్ ఏ వైన్ ఆల్సో ఆఫ్టర్ ఓపెనింగ్, ఇఫ్ యూ క్లోజ్ ఇట్ ప్రాపర్లీ అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ కీప్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ఫ్రిడ్జ్, it will stay for a little longer. If you put it out and if you don't close it, it will spoil within no time. Generally it will stay for 2-3 days.
Okay.
But some wines can go bad in 2 days also.
Right. తర్వాత బాగా ఏంటంటే లైక్ మోర్ మనకి వెనిగర్ లాగా ఉంటుంది.
It will become vinegar. It is not fermenting inside the bottle, but there is yeast in the atmosphere, in the air. Air will start reacting and it will start deteriorating more.
Okay.
So very easy thing what to do. Like మీరు ఒక బాటిల్ ఓపెన్ చేశారు, ఫ్రిడ్జ్ లో పెట్టారు, మర్చిపోయారు, 3 days తర్వాత మీకు గుర్తొచ్చింది. మీకు వెరీ సింపుల్. ఓపెన్ ద బాటిల్, pour a little in the glass and taste it. Your palate is the best judge. Just like మనము again, like how you taste food, cooked food which you have kept it in fridge to see whether it is spoiled or not.
You can smell it.
You can smell it. You can taste it. If it has turned into vinegar, you can't drink it.
It's right? Too ఏమంటారు బాగా పుల్లగా అవుతుంది
చాలా. ప్లస్ స్మెల్ కూడా చేంజ్ అవడానికి అవుతుంది.
వెరీ ఫెర్మెంటెడ్ అండ్ ఈస్ట్ స్మెల్ వస్తుంది.
You will start getting unpleasant odors.
Correct.
Like when you open a fresh bottle of wine, you will get very pleasant odors. If it is spoiled, you will get unpleasant odors like wet cardboard.
Right.
Or
like some over ripen or ఏమంటారు కుళ్ళిపోయిన ఫ్రూట్ స్మెల్ వస్తూ ఉంటుంది.
కుళ్ళిపోయినది to something
spoiled
like that. Yes.
Smell.
You will get unpleasant odors. You will start getting.
Right.
Defining character which will tell you whether the wine is spoiled or not. So wine you can enjoy it the way you like it. But since you asked that question, there are few steps to identify the characters in a wine and to taste it. So let's look into that. Let's move into the tasting part.
Okay.
I'll show you how we can enjoy a wine. So we usually, whenever we taste a wine, let's say you are you're doing a 5-course dinner and you are having white, rosé and red wine. You always start with the light wines and then you gradually move into the heavier wines.
Okay.
But again, this changes depending on the food what you're going to have. ఇప్పుడు మీరు మన ఇండియన్ ఫుడ్ తింటున్నారు. ఇండియన్ ఫుడ్లో we don't follow this lighter to heavier pattern. We sometimes start with a lamb sorba or lamb kebab, so which are heavier. So you can biryanis, yeah. Or all the appetizers what we have, those
okay, so food గురించి మాట్లాడుకున్నాం కాబట్టి I want to ask like, so wine, ఏ వైన్ తో ఏ పేర్ ఫుడ్ పేరింగ్ ఎలా చేసుకోవచ్చు?
So it comes with a lot of trial and errors experience, but of course there are clear definitions also for this. ఇప్పుడు for example, the grape varietals, each grape varietal will pair with certain style of foods, and what style of wine also will matter. Example, if you are eating food from anywhere in European cuisine, like your pastas, pizzas and all this, or more fish preparations, any food that is going to be lighter, like a fish or a chicken or a salad, your white wine or a rosé wine will pair really well with those.
So white meat with rosé
and white, and the darker meats, your lamb, pork, all the
so darker meats. Wine is like heavy wine.
Heavy wine will pair well with those,
with the heavy meal.
Yes,
so lamb,
heavier meats.
So మన ఇండియన్ cuisines లో ఏది మనం పేర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు దేంతో?
Yes, so
because it's very tricky I heard.
So there is again a very big misconception among people that wines don't pair well with Indian food. That is not the truth. Wines pair well with Indian food also, but what happens is mana Indian foods are full of flavors, so it becomes a little
more spicier, more hotter.
Yes, also we have a lot of aromatic spices,
Right.
like your ilachi, star anise, cinnamon. A lot of spices. We are the land of spices. Most of our foods are like a flavor bomb, right? So it becomes a little trickier to understand what wine will pair well with that. So one thumb rule whenever you are pairing a wine with Indian food, extremely spicy foods may not pair with wines.
ఎందుకంటే మన ఆంధ్ర తెలంగాణలో జనరల్ గా మనం కుజిన్స్ అన్ని కొంచెం స్పైసర్ గా ఉంటాయి.
Yeah.
సో కంపేర్ టు నార్త్ ఇండియన్, సౌత్ ఇండియన్ ఫుడ్ కొంచెం స్పైసీగా ఉంటుంది.
Correct. That's what I said. Extreme spices, not moderate spice or spices, general spice. Extreme spices food low, whatever you try to pair it, not necessarily wine, even alcohol, spirit. What happens is spice is a very dominating, especially the chilies, your red chilies and green chilies. They have a very dominating character. When you eat them, మీ palate మొత్తము అదే టేస్ట్ ఉంటుంది. ఈ వైన్ ఆర్ ఎనీ అదర్ స్పిరిట్ ఫైనర్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ విల్ నాట్ కమ్ ఇన్ దట్,
బికాజ్ రెడ్ చిల్లీస్ మోర్ డామినేట్ చేస్తుంది.
ఎస్, దే ఆర్ వెరీ డామినేటింగ్ ఫ్లేవర్ ప్రొఫైల్. ఆల్సో వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్ ఇస్ when you eat this red and green chili high on spice food, your palate is already burning.
Right.
Correct? And alcohol, if you drink, it will elevate those burning sensation more. But said that, you can still pair wines with moderate and general spice levels. When you do a food and wine pairing, it should complement the food. The food should complement the wine, wine will complement the food.
ఓకే, బట్ జనరల్ గా ఎవరైనా ఆల్కహాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు దే టెండ్ ఆర్ దే ప్రిఫర్ టు హ్యావ్ అ స్పైసీ మంచింగ్ కదా. బట్ వైన్ కి వచ్చేసరికి యూ షుడ్ బి అ మోర్ క్లాసియర్, నాట్ టూ స్పైసీ. So instead of red chilies or green chilies, we can go with black peppers or bell peppers.
Yes, since you brought that topic, I want to share one interesting thing with our audience. Indialo chilies eppudu undledu. Chilies were brought by the invaders. Yes, we used to use a lot of black pepper and other aromatic spices like
కారము అంటే మన జనరల్ గా ఇండియన్ స్పైసెస్ మిరియాలు.
Correct. Miriyalu is not just heat. Miriyalu also has a lot
flavor.
Yes, exactly. It has good aroma. It has a good flavor to it. So if your food is having a lot of black pepper kind of a spice, wines will brilliantly pair, no doubt. This issue is only when it is too much of chilies, red and green chilies. But again, there also we can pair. Like I said, go for wines which are less on alcohol, which are lesser tannin, more fruitier wines.
సో మోర్ లైటర్ వైన్స్.
Yes.
మీరు వైన్ ఎంజాయ్ చేయాలనుకుంటే బేసిక్ 2 గ్లాసెస్, ఒకటి రెడ్ వైన్ కోసం, ఇంకోటి వైట్ వైన్.
Whenever you are pouring a bottle, let the label face the guest.
ఓకే,
And show them the bottle and start with a small pour.